As the clock rewinds, it reveals the pre-Civil War era in Vermont, a place of tranquility, yet on the brink of turmoil. In this time, Vermont was a stronghold of anti-slavery sentiment. Its political climate was heated, filled with passionate debates and fiery speeches against the institution of slavery, a stark contrast to the southern states where slavery was an economic necessity. Life in Vermont back then was largely agrarian. People lived simple, hard-working lives, tending to their fields and livestock in the shadow of the Green Mountains. They were a community bound by a shared belief in liberty and equality, principles that put them at odds with the pro-slavery states of the South. In the midst of political tensions and the looming threat of war, Vermont stood as a beacon of abolitionist sentiment. Its people, united in their belief, stood firm, ready to fight for what they believed in. Vermont stood firm, a beacon of abolitionist sentiment, as the country teetered on the brink of war. Then the storm of the Civil War broke, but surprisingly, Vermont saw no battles within its borders. You might wonder why? Well, Vermont's northern location and distance from the Confederacy meant it was spared the direct horrors of battle. But don't mistake absence for insignificance. Vermont was the beating heart behind the Union forces, supplying them with much-needed provisions and manpower. In fact, over 34,000 Vermonters served in the Union forces during the war, a significant contribution from a state with a small population. Vermont's farms worked tirelessly, sending food and supplies to the Union troops, keeping the soldiers fed and the war machine churning. The state became a lifeline, a beacon of support in the grim times of war. But Vermont was not just a silent provider. It also gave the Union some of its most courageous soldiers and commanding officers. Among them was General George J. Stannard, a name that rings loud in the annals of Civil War history. His heroic actions during the Battle of Gettysburg are remembered as a turning point in the war. His Vermont Brigade's defense against Pickett's charge led to a decisive Union victory, changing the tide of the war. Despite the lack of battles, Vermont played a crucial role, a silent hero behind the scenes of the blood-stained theater of war. When the dust of war settled, Vermont emerged changed, yet unscathed by the horrors of battle. The conflict had profound effects on its political and social landscapes. The state, previously rooted in agriculture, began to veer towards industrialization. Factories sprung up, replacing fields as the primary workplaces, and the hum of machinery became a common sound. This period also saw Vermont's commitment to equality and justice grow stronger. The state enacted progressive policies ensuring the rights and freedoms of all its citizens, irrespective of race or gender. The spirit of the Green Mountain State was undeterred by the tumultuous times and in many ways was galvanized by them. The Civil War era was transformative for Vermont. It challenged the status quo, accelerated progress, and left a lasting impact on the state's identity. The echoes of the Civil War left an indelible mark on Vermont, shaping it into the state we know today. The tale of Vermont in the Civil War, a tale of resilience, courage, and change, is but a single thread in the grand tapestry of our nation's history. This epic, filled with bravery and sacrifice, shaped the America we know today. Each state, each city, each town has a unique story to tell. Uncover these tales, delve into the past, unravel the mysteries of your own home. To see what happened in your state during the Civil War, click on the playlist on your screen, and thanks for watching.